Hello. So we've got some good news from Kia. As you may know, I drive an e-Niro and I absolutely love it. My problem with Kia has been that they produced this great car, but they just didn't make enough of them. So they produced 900 this year, or they said that they had a supply of 900. It actually turned out to be far fewer than that. And a lot of those went to dealers and not to people. So you got this brilliant car, not enough people got it. And not only that, they got the What Car of the Year award, and I've moaned about this before. So they got that award. They got other awards too, because it's such a great car, such a good price, and really great range. But they just didn't make enough of them. Kia said that they couldn't get the battery. I think it was batteries, isn't it? They said that they couldn't get enough batteries. Well, that's madness, I think, because a South Korean company saying they can't get batteries is like me saying I can't get enough fish and chips. What I've always suspected was that they just were making a loss on them, and they didn't want to release them in 2019. As it turns out, because there was a sneaky dealer note that was leaked out of Kia Spain, they on purpose didn't want to sell EVs in 2019. They wanted to wait until 2020. This was, I think, because they wanted to clear out a lot of their stock of fossil cars, and 2020 is an important year because of the EU emissions guidelines that say that manufacturers have to produce low emission cars and they have to sell enough low emission cars. So that's the actual reason. So Kia have been a bit disingenuous, I think. But anyway, at least they made a great car. And 2020 is going to be even better because we've got the Soul EV coming and the new e-Niro. The first e-Niro was called the first edition. That was just a cut down version. It didn't have all the goodies that they got in other markets, but they've confirmed that the 2020 e-Niro will have the things that we miss, like LED headlights, the Uvo Connect services, which is their app. It allows you to control stuff on the car, like preheating and checking your battery charge and all that sort of good stuff that I think most other EVs probably have. Ambient lighting, and I really don't see the point in ambient lighting unless you're a DJ. A larger touchscreen, so 10.25 inches touchscreen. What's that in centimeters? 26 centimeter touchscreen. Kia's press release also mentions a battery heating system, but it has that already. I'm not sure what they're talking about there. So the price has gone up, and we knew it would, but the price has gone up by £1,500. So it's now £34,495 after the government grant in the UK, which is £2,500. So that may seem like quite a lot, but it's actually still really good value. If you work out the price per mile of range, that's £121.89. That's really good value. So let's compare it to the Model Y. Andrew, you might say, that's not comparing oranges to oranges. And I'll agree. Yes, I know the Kia doesn't have the supercharger network. It doesn't have over-the-air updates. It doesn't have autopilot. It doesn't have a Tesla logo. But people want an EV with long range for a decent price. And that's what you get with the Kia. That's what you get with the e-Niro and what you get with the Soul. And Teslas, as wonderful as they are, and don't go clicking that dislike button just because I'm not going crazy about Teslas. Teslas are amazing cars, but they're very expensive, and great if you can afford them. Great if you feel that it's worth the extra. But for a lot of people, EVs are already expensive. Cars are already expensive, and the Kia price point is pretty fantastic. So Tesla haven't announced the UK pricing for the Model Y yet. But I've done some Excel magic and worked out that the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y is going to be £52,560. That means that's £18,000 more than the e-Niro. Plus, you get the luxury car tax in the UK because it's over £40,000. So if you feel that it's worth that £18,000, then go ahead, get the Model Y. Otherwise, what else have we got? So if you want another SUV style car, crossover SUV, there's the Volvo XC40 coming in 2020, which I really love the look of. That's going to be, again, they haven't announced pricing yet, but that's going to be around the £49,000 mark. That's a bigger car than the e-Niro. Although, funnily enough, the cargo space is a bit smaller. So it's 413 litres compared to the e-Niro's 451. If you put the seats down, you get 1,373 litres compared to 1,405 in the e-Niro. I'm not sure about the Model Y cargo volume yet because they haven't released those specs. So the Volvo will be 249 miles of range for about, £49,000. So that means the e-Niro remains really good value when you look at those figures. If you want a smaller car and you're not bothered about a sort of crossover SUV sort of styling, then the VW ID3 is going to be probably the best bet for you for that kind of range if you want a long range EV, because the mid-range one is 261 miles. Again, we don't have UK pricing yet, but evdatabase.uk says that'll be about £31,000. I think that's a bit on the low side. It's probably going to be more than that, but we'll see. So if you want an EV in 2020 and you don't have Tesla money to play with, the Kia e-Niro and Soul are really fantastic cars at really good value, and it sounds like they might be able to actually have supply this year, so that's really good. So they haven't said exactly how many cars they'll be able to do in the second half of the year, but as I said, they've got, if they think they can handle 3,000 for the first 6 months to get rid of all the existing people that have got their name down on the waiting list, that bodes quite well, because they're saying that they can do more in the second half of the year. If you want an EV of that kind of size, sort of SUV size, the e-Niro is still pretty hard to beat. And there's nothing else coming in 2020, at least that I've seen so far, that's going to compete with it really on a price per mile ratio. So I still love mine. Get your order in quickly, and tell Kia I sent you. And do comment, because I love reading your comments. I've had some fantastic ones on the Cybertruck videos, actually. And there's a lot of love for the Cybertruck, so that's great to hear. And I did get a little bit of hassle from some people as well, but I think it's probably justified. Again, with the Cybertruck, you know, I'm walking around Canterbury just thinking that damn Cybertruck is not going to fit in any parking space anywhere. So I'm still not sure what we're thinking by actually considering buying one. But anyway, it's still something to look forward to, even if we can't actually get it out of the drive when we get one. But if you don't have Cybertruck money and you don't want to wait 3 years, 2 years, the e-Niro is still hard to beat. So thank you very much for watching. Do like, do subscribe, do press the bell icon so you get notified of the next video, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.